But Trunk, he continued Project Boner Pill. He knows all about it. It's all connected. It's CIA. It's fucking everything, right? NSA. Trunk knows about it, right? But he always remembers to take his boner pills, right? So here he is in that fucking Pennsylvania or whatever. He's just doing a speech. He's taking his boner pills, and then he sees this chick right there out in the grass by the tree. See, he sees her. He turns his head right at the exact moment. Whoosh, bullet misses him, right? Just flies right by. Saved his life, man. Project Boner Pill saved Trunk's life, right? So there's a good side to it, right? And then I'm like, okay, maybe Sam, maybe maybe he's a good guy. I don't know, right? I have to do a little bit research. If I do a research, I gotta be very thorough. I gotta dot your T's, cross your I's, and all that shit, whatever, you know what I mean? Right? So I gotta double check my sources, right? So I was like, okay, I'll do a little bit more research. And then I found Sam here. Look at his face. It's like hypnotized. He's like a zombie. He's like gone, right? And then I went back in time. There's security cameras on this building, and I hacked into it, and I found out what is Sam looking at right here. And boom, there you go. That's this girl right here. He's checking on her, right? And I was like, oh man, this is heavy. And then I thought, I'm doing more thinking, more research, and who's very relevant nowadays. Like, it's Andrew Tate, and who's connected to Alex Jones? Andrew Tate, right? So I'm like, oh man, this is like so much work. I'm getting exhausted. I'm spending all this money doing research and shit. And then I'm like, I gotta investigate Andrew Tate now, right? So fuck. Then I found this in this building, in this photograph. There's cameras in the back inside this building, right? And then I had to go back in time. I had to fucking hack into those cameras, and I had to find out what's Andrew Tate looking at, right? He looks like he's fighting. And then boom, he's fighting the Matrix. He's fighting the agents. See? That's what he's doing, right? It's like Romanian police, Interpol. He's not hooked on the boner pills. He's got too much on his mind. He's not connected to boner pill worldwide and New World Order, right? Project Boner Pill. He's focused on the Matrix. He's got to fight the CIA and all this shit, right? It's, U.S. Justice Department, tax evasion, whatever, right? And then, but the Sam, he's like, oh, Andrew Tate, please teach me about the Matrix. Like, he wanted to join the war room. He wanted to learn about the Matrix. And Andrew's like, look, I got a lot on my plate right now, but I'll give you one lesson. I'll give you one lesson about the Matrix. And Sam's like, yeah, sign me up. Yeah, 100%, sign me up. And then day one, he gets one lesson, and look, he looks at the girl in the red dress, and boom, agent whacks him, just like that. Sam lost the lesson. Like, he failed day one, the Matrix lesson, because the boner pills are in his mind, right? He's just like, oh, check out that girl, right? And then but then Sam felt so confident. He's like, oh, I know Andrew Tate. I did a Matrix lesson with Andrew Tate. I'm learning about the Matrix. And then he decided to teach Johnny, right? He wanted to teach Johnny about the Matrix too, right? So here he is. He's like, Johnny, now I will teach you how to act retarded, right? Because he's teaching him about the Matrix, about comedy, right? Because Johnny's just very straightforward, kind of logical, sane, and very good behavior, everything. But he's like, no, you gotta act retarded like me, right? And so Johnny's learning the lesson, but he didn't learn it yet though. And I was like, man, this is heavy. This is like heavy. Like Alex Jones, Trunk, Andrew Tate, Project Boner Pill. This is too much. But I had to go further. I had to go further down the rabbit hole. I gotta find out what's the real truth. And I found it. You know what it is? Boom. Nazis. Sam's, it's all about Nazis. See that? And this guy, they're interviewing. He's like so happy. He's like, oh, Sam's a Nazi. He's so happy to see Sam's a Nazi, right? And then this is like restricted area, no trespassing, because he's a Nazi. He's like, this is my territory. Don't fuck with me, right? So Sam, and then XG is sad because he's like Mexican. He's like, oh, I can't be a Nazi. I'm Mexican, right? But Sam's like, hey, I'm a Nazi over here. This is my territory, no trespassing, right? And that guy's so happy, this guy in the glasses here. But then I'm like, okay, if I want to do real, I gotta go into Sam's, like, into his life, right? His personal life, which I don't want to do, you know, but I was like, fuck, I gotta do the research, right? And then I was like, I went to his house. And I was like, I interviewed his cat. And this is, look, this is his cat. This fucking Nazi cat, right? 9 lives matter. And his cat told me he was a Nazi, right? And I was like, I interviewed his cat. I did the research. And I was like, oh man, this is crazy. And then this cat told me he was from a bloodline of criminals, like Nazi criminals, right? His old bloodline was like Nazi cat criminals, right? And I was like, this is insane. And then he told me it's all about eugenics, right? Spay neuter. It's all about eugenics and Nazi criminals and Project Boner Pill. It's all connected. It's all connected, right? Like a pyramid or something. And then I was like, there's one guy connected to all these other guys, and that's like Owen Benjamin, right? Like maybe he's connected kind of to Andrew Tate and Alex Jones, Sam Tripoli, right? I gotta find out about this guy. Like I don't want to, but I gotta do the research, man. I gotta provide the real info, right? So I did. I went, here's Owen in his barn, right? And there's security cameras in the back, and I like hacked into the security cameras, right? And then I found out what's Owen look at. Is he hooked? Is he hooked too, right? Oh, and then he's just looking at goats. So I'm like, oh, poof. Okay, Owen, he's not hooked on the boner pills. He just likes his goats, which is nothing wrong with that. That's cool, right? So then I was like, man, this is intense, right? And then I was just like, I'm exhausted. It's been years. I've done so much research. And then I was like, I'm just overwhelmed with all these conspiracies and all this whatever, right? But then I'm like, I saw this promoted video on YouTube. It was just promoted to me, just popped up. And I was like, what is the point of conspiracy theories? Debunked. It's all debunked. And this guy, he debunked everything. This is a nice gentleman right here. I was like, I trust that guy. And he told me in his video, he's just like, nah, it's all fake. All the conspiracy theories are fake. I was like, whew, that's good, man. I don't have to do any research anymore. I don't have to think anymore. I'll just go about my life, right? So I was happy about that. All right. Thank you for coming. Have a nice day. Bye.